It's that dangerous time of the week. It's that time when we delve into the mind of one Matthew Archbold. We use as our fodder for this segment information from his website, creativeminorityReport.com. If you've not visited it lately, you should take a gander. Wonderful information there, always with a bit of humor associated with it as well. Good morning, Matthew Archbold.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing great. How are you this morning?
I am doing great. I do recall that when I was in town for Father Mike Schmitz, I did sit in on that quiz show.
Yeah.
And I did beat you, Dave.
Oh, everyone beats me. Everyone beats me.
Oh.
That's saying I breathe air. You know, I mean, come on.
Do you want to come? Do you want to come on every time we have a quiz and take my place? Because I'm terrible at it. You can be my phone a friend. I'm going to Matt. Matt's going to take the question.
And
I would hope you have better friends than me to call. I got to be honest.
if you remember, we did a special quiz that day. It was a multiple choice trivia questions about Matthew's children. How would I know those? I don't know.
That's true. Yeah. That would be tough, Dave.
Dave, I would be the last to know the questions. I take the kids to the doctors, and it's always the worst moment of my life because I forget about it. They say, "And what's your child's birthday?" And then my kid looks at me like, "Okay, Dad."
How old am I? Yeah, right.
That's right. Yeah.
Right, exactly. I don't know. They're somewhere like the 8th grade.
Yeah.
Like that, I'm in 11th. Okay, whatever. You know, it's all the same.
Pretty sure you were born in the 2000s. I don't know.
That's right. Right.
Right. I can't have much respect or listen to people born after 2000. Not yet, anyway.
So, Matthew, which one of your stories this week is your favorite? Because there's a lot of good ones on here.
Well, I love the one I just wrote. I was just thinking about it because it's actually pretty crazy. So, this is crazy to me that there's no age verification for pornography.
No.
Did you know that?
No, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So now a number of states are saying, obviously you have to identify yourself because otherwise children are going to get wrapped up in this thing. And there's been all sorts of fighting about this. Could you imagine being on the other side of this?
Imagine
there should be no,
goodness.
like kids should be able to watch this stuff. And but now a number of states have passed it. And I was just imagining to myself all these people going out into the world blinking, and finding, like Wyoming just did it. So, like, they're finding Yellowstone Park for the first time.
Yeah.
And finding out that they have neighbors and the world is not pixelated and you don't need to stay hunched over your computer all day. So that is some good news, and that's what we try to focus on here. That's some good news that, I mean, this should be the most common sense, reasonable thing, and this is being fought over like cats and dogs. It's really crazy.
And what's the biggest? Like, why are people opposed to it? In the stuff you've read.
Well, what they're saying is it's a free speech issue.
Right.
Oh, okay. All right.
But does that even make sense? I mean, you could still have free speech. It doesn't mean that kids should be accessing it.
Right. And it's all self-protection, right? Now anyone who wants to visit these porn sites as an adult is going to have to give their information to validate the fact that they're over 18 years old. That's what they don't want. They like the anonymity, and they're even willing to give. They're even willing to let the children be at risk so that they get to continue in their anonymity themselves. That's it.
I mean, who wants to go to a site like that and then hold up their license and say, "Yep, this is me"? Of course, that's what they're really fighting for. But that's not what they're saying. They're saying this is a free speech issue, but it's obviously bananas. It's just bananas.
Yeah.
So, and then also the good news is that according to this big bill, which obviously a lot of people have different feelings on, Planned Parenthood funding for Medicaid is being removed for a year.
Right. Yeah, they had it up for 10 years, which I thought was wonderful. But can you, Matthew, why do they put, like, we're going to do this for a year? I mean, if it's good, shouldn't it just be permanent?
that's the thing. What did they get out of going from 10 years to 1 year?
Right.
Because it's not like anyone on the other side voted for it, and they said, okay, that's much more reasonable. And then they come to the pro-lifers and say, oh, don't worry, they'll be out of business within a year, and so it won't even matter. But it's just like, okay, if it doesn't matter, then why not do 10 years? Right?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I couldn't figure that out. Like, why?
The situation it puts Planned Parenthood in is an interesting one in that, Planned Parenthood has always claimed abortion is just a small part of what we do. It's only 3%. We've all heard that, right?
Right.
It's only 3% of what we do. So now with this Medicaid block that says anyone who performs abortions, so if it's only 3% of what you do, then you should have no problem giving it up. It shouldn't be that much of a big deal for you.
Yeah,
but they
should be
can't
able to raise
because
that.
they know it's not 3% of what they do. It's, in fact, 90% of what they do.
And other good news coming out of that side of things, too, through the Supreme Court last week and their decision that states independently can cut off Medicaid funding for Planned Parenthood. It's just this argument that continues to go on and on, well, finally gets to the Supreme Court, and we're finally getting some good news on that side of things, too.
That is true, and that is the fruit of this Supreme Court. I mean, I know we're always going to get disappointed with certain things, but that ruling is a godsend. That certain states can strip Medicaid funding for Planned Parenthood or other organizations that do the abominable work of destroying human life. I would think that's something that we could all get behind. Sadly, it's not. But, going forward, the Supreme Court has really opened it up. I would suspect a lot of states are going to join on this, and you might even get, half the country. And that would be,
right.
I mean, we really have to thank God for all the good things that are happening right now in the world. I really do feel like we live in a very special time right now where people's hearts and souls are being changed and good things are happening. Do you guys feel that as well?
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
Don't you, Pat?
I do. Oh, yeah, I do too. You never know the motivations or the intent, as you certainly described in the Penn State with the trans swimmer stripped of titles. You never know why people are doing what they're doing, but at least it appears to everything is moving in the right direction. I think the big thing that we just need to keep bringing the gospel forward because, like you said in that story, it appears to be all about money, and if we can get people to not worship the dollar but worship God, we can get back to the right thing.
Exactly. Times like this expose people for who they truly are. And as long as we're truly about the gospel, we're going to win in the end. And that's our goal. We have to stay true to the gospel.
And we're committed to the ultimate good, right? And we want people moving in a good direction. But we're celebrating in gigantic ways right now, even the return of any common sense. Common sense had gone so far out the window. Now we just get, we want to throw a parade every time we move in the area of common sense. And it's worth celebrating, to be honest.
That's true.
I don't see any common sense in my house, but I'm glad to see it in the outside world.
Thank you, Matthew.
It will come, Matthew.
God bless.
Bye-bye.
That's Matthew Archbold. Enjoy spending time with him each and every Thursday. Stay with us.